There is a 16-year-old high school sophomore in Houston, Texas, who showed up at the USATF Indoor Championships in January, a meet where professional athletes compete, and ran 6.59 seconds in the 60 meters. The professionals in that final had personal bests below 650s. Mitchell is 16, and the question that nobody in American sprinting can fully answer yet is this: what does he become if he stops playing football? At the 2026 Texas UIL Class 6A State Track and Field Championship in Austin, Dillon Mitchell crossed the finish line in 9.92 seconds to win the men's 100 meters gold medal as a sophomore. The nickname that follows him everywhere is Superman. A Little League football coach gave it to him after watching him move. "That kid can fly, he's like Superman," the coach said, and it's stuck. Now the entire American sprinting world is watching to see if the nickname was understating it. Before we get into every number and what they mean, you need to understand where this kid actually comes from, because the speed is not an accident. It is a family product, built over decades before he was ever born. Dillon Mitchell was born on December 4, 2009, in Houston, Texas. His mother, Karen, was a high school track athlete. His father, Billy, played college football at Texas A&M and was on the roster of the Carolina Panthers in the NFL. His father was part of the famous Wrecking Crew defenses at Texas A&M in the 1990s, one of the most respected defensive units in college football history. Billy Mitchell has been coaching Dillon in sprinting since Dillon was 4 years old. 4 years old. Most children are still learning to run in straight lines at 4. Mitchell was being coached in sprint mechanics by a man who had competed at the highest level of American football, the sport that demands more pure speed work than almost anything else on the athletic calendar. For 12 years, that relationship between father and son has been building something. His older brother, Willie Mitchell II, who plays football at Texas State University, won a UIL State Track and Field gold medal in 2024 at Fort Bend Marshall. Dillon is now the second member of his family to win a state gold medal. 2 state champions in one family, both still in their athletic primes. The genetics here are not subtle. Now here is where the 2026 season starts to look like something very different from a normal talented high school sprinter. The indoor season arrived first. At the USATF Indoor Championships in New York, Mitchell ran 6.59 seconds in the 60-meter prelims. The time set the world under-18 best in the event. Let that sit for a moment. A 16-year-old high school sophomore walked into a senior national championship meet, stood next to professional athletes, and ran a time that no under-18 runner in the world had ever matched in that event. He finished 7th in the final, but the world record happened in the prelims, and the prelims are what matters for the age group mark. 7th in the final means the professionals were better on the night. But the world under 18 best means that among every teenager on the planet who has ever run the 60 meters indoors, he is now the fastest. Then the outdoor season opened. A few days after his world under 18 best in the 60 meters, Mitchell showed up at the Texas A&M Bluebonnet Invitational and ran 9.88 seconds in the 100 meters with wind assistance. That time was reported as the 3rd fastest all-conditions time in United States high school history. The critics arrived with the wind reading. Wind-aided times matter in context but do not count as records. A +4. 0 meters per second tailwind is double the legal limit of +2.0. It is real speed in real conditions, but it is not a record, and it is not a number you can directly compare to times run in legal wind. That is the legitimate pushback, and it deserves to be taken seriously. But then came the answer at the Texas Relays 2026. Mitchell ran 10.20 seconds under legal wind conditions. No tailwind above the limit. A clean reading. A real-time 10.6 as a 16-year-old high school sophomore. Under legal conditions, for context, the average college sprinter in America never touches 10.10. Most athletes who compete at the senior national championship level never get there either. A 10.10 from a kid in his second year of high school is not a wind-aided flash or a lucky reading on a fast day. That is genuine speed that will hold up under scrutiny. And then came the state championship. At the Texas UIL Class 6A State Track and Field meet in Austin, Mitchell won the 100 meters title in 9.92 seconds, turning heads across the athletics world with what the meet reporter described as an astonishing run. The 9.92 came with a wind reading of plus 4.0 meters per second. putting it firmly in the wind-aided category, but combined with a 10.10 legal run at Texas Relays and the 6.59 World Under-18 best in the 60 meters, the pattern is impossible to dismiss. He has one legal 100-meter time at 10.10s as a sophomore. Jordan Anthony, who just won the World Indoor 60-meter title as a 21-year-old professional and ran 9.91 in Florida this spring, ran his first serious outdoor 100 meters as a college athlete around a similar range. Mitchell is 5 years younger than Anthony and already in that conversation. Now, here is the detail that makes this entire story genuinely complicated. Dillon Mitchell is not just a sprinter. He is a wide receiver who earned Newcomer of the Year honors in what coaches describe as the toughest district in Texas, compiled 1,800 all-purpose yards in the 2025 football season, and helped CE King go from a 5-5 record to 13-3 and a state finals appearance in Class 6A Division II. Football offers are flooding in. He is already described as one of the most coveted wide receiver recruits in the country, with offers from multiple Division I programs arriving as he builds toward his junior year. This is the same road Jordan Anthony walked. Anthony played wide receiver at both the University of Kentucky and the University of Arkansas while competing in track. He fractured his hip playing football. He juggled 2 coaching staffs and 2 training programs for years. He only fully committed to track in autumn 2025 and became the world indoor 60-meter champion 4 months later. Mitchell has not chosen yet. He is 16 years old and has 2 years of high school remaining. Every college program in America that recruits either wide receivers or sprinters is watching him. His father, Billy Mitchell, was the kind of football player who reached the NFL. His mother, Karen, was a track athlete. His brother, Willie, chose football. The family has lived both worlds. The question of which world Dillon Mitchell belongs to is not yet answered. And that uncertainty is the most important thing about his story right now, because the answer determines how seriously the sprinting world needs to take his development timeline. If he chooses track and trains full-time under serious professional coaching from age 17 onward, the ceiling is almost impossible to calculate. Even at 16, observers have noted that a real chance exists for Mitchell to develop into a competitor for the United States at the 2028 Summer Olympics in Los Angeles. He would be 18 at those Olympics. 18 years old, racing on home soil in Los Angeles if the development continues at the current pace and if he makes the commitment to track before the window closes. Gout was 18 when he broke the world under 2,200 meters record in Sydney. He started taking sprinting seriously at 16. Mitchell has been coached by his father since he was 4. He has a structural advantage in athletic development that most teenage phenoms simply do not have. His World Athletics profile lists the 60 meters and 100 meters as his events, and he is a member of Track Houston Youth TC. The infrastructure around him, from club to school to family, is built for elite performance. He is not working out this talent in isolation. But here is the cliffhanger that nobody has an answer to. Usain Bolt never played a contact sport professionally. Tyreek Hill, one of the fastest wide receivers in NFL history, ran 10.19 in college and built his entire career on speed that would have made him a genuine sprinting contender had he chosen a different path. That split in American athletic culture between football speed and track speed has produced untold numbers of athletes who were fast enough to compete at the world level, but chose the contract, the crowd, and the contact of the gridiron instead.